Okie doke, and we're back. We are now back, and the audio seems to be fixed. Man, such a pain. I had to restart my whole PC. Streaming with a Mac, I swear, I do not recommend this. Alright, earlier when I did the failed stream a couple of minutes ago, we got a couple of people. We had Dry Ice and my boy Zemo dropping by. Let's hope we can get them to join the stream again. My hair is completely out of control, but that's okay. That's okay, we don't care because we are diving into arenas. And we're gonna start with the 7-star arena this time around. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stick with this. We are going to try and get everything. Okay. Okay. I think with all the 7 stars I have, I'm pretty sure I can get all the milestones in one go. But, we'll see. Alright, we got Zemo back in the chat, saying hi Arcade. Hey man, what's up? I hope the game audio is working now. It's kind of annoying that I had to restart the stream, but we need some background music, man. Or else the sound of my own voice would drive anyone crazy. Zima saying long time no see. I know, dude. I know. It has been a really long time. I have no excuses. I've just been slacking, honestly. And I want to say I'm sorry for letting you down. For letting all of the subscribers who expect to see me every day, maybe even twice sometimes, and I've just been gone for so long. But yeah, did you get your thingy done? Earlier you were saying you had to step away and run some errands. I'm hoping that's done now. Also, Zemo, since you do spend in the game, do you still find use to do arenas, or is it mostly something you try and avoid? I'm curious. Because, I mean, even if you're spending in the game, I don't think usually the unit offers, like the standard offers to buy units, like I don't think they're really good value, so it's hard to just buy units every time. Zima saying I spend but not as much when it's outside of the events. You basically don't spend, right? Yeah, I figured, because I think whenever they have the bundle offers where you get a bunch of stuff if you buy an Odin or something, that's where I think the units are kind of worthwhile picking up. But outside of that, I just don't see how Kabam in this day and age can justify selling just 3,000 units for like $100. It's kind of yikes. But yeah, Zemo saying I find use to find grind arenas for Cyber and Banquet. Yeah. I think I'm gonna also try and grind every day. Get every last bit of units out of these arenas until the end of Banquet. That's gonna be the plan. because these are gonna go away come December, as soon as the cyber event drops. And if there's a lot of rank 4 resources, I'm gonna be compelled to just spend away. So I don't know if I'll have enough for banquets, and I'm trying to get the channel monetized as soon as possible. I need to hit 500 subs in order to do that, and I know it's not gonna make much of a difference. Like, it's not like I'm gonna see any AdSense money unless I have like 10,000 subscribers and 20,000 views and stuff. But the idea is, if I can find a pod where I'm like, the channel is monetized, I can justify overextending just a little bit and spending money. But yeah. Alright, Zimo saying you buy the sigil every week or monthly for the stamps and 6 stones, but that's it. Do you still think, do you find value in the sigil though? I don't know if you've watched my video on monetization, but I don't know, man. I personally, like, again, last month I had the sigil and I try and pick it up every 2 months if possible to maximize the trade-in value. But the sigil is not a worthwhile subscription outside of maybe if you get arenas done with it, then the express mode kind of, it forces you to get the subscription. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's really a good value as of right now. Alright, Zima saying sigil is worth buying for the 7-star generic 6 stones and the tier 2, tier 5 to tier 6, tier 3 fragments and arena express. I understand the trade. So the thing is, despite the trade-in value being still decent, I find myself kind of like the tier 2 alphas 100%. I trade them in every time I get the sigil. The tier 5 basic, not so much. And we already have, even though it's not the same value, we still have the option to sell lower tier resources for higher tier. I think the sigil should offer a little bit more than that. That's what I feel like, at least, is that a sigil store, which is a subscription, should not just be a trading store, but it should be more like, it should be more of a edge for people who pay. So like class crystals, 7-star nexus, 7-star titan nexus, I think that's what they should have been doing with the sigil, because then even players who would have most champions and who are looking for certain champions to chase can get value out of it, you know? And with like 200 plus champions available, I don't think it would be game breaking, because even with a nexus you're not guaranteed. Even with a class crystal you're not guaranteed. Like, it's just narrowing down the pool a little bit so you have a higher chance to get those champions. But yeah. Alright, Zemo saying the bigger potions and you get a lot more fragments from the sigil for selling them. Yeah, I know. I mean, I think the increased inventory for me personally is the best value that I find in the sigil, because yeah, you usually want as high of a cap as possible, especially for potions and revives. And the 6 to 7 shards is also very nice. I agree with that. I agree. But I would say, like, again, I think if it's something that Kabam intends to, like, a subscription model can be so powerful for a company like Kabam, because over time the value of that store just keeps going down. Whereas, like, if I were to redesign it, I would put in more, like, for example, you know how you can trade in level 2 and level 3 health potions for one tier above? whatever you're trading. Well, if I was Kabam, I would just say, let's trade level 2, level 3 potions and revives for level 6. So even if you're trading like 5 level 1 potions or 5 level 1 revives, you should trade 5 of those for a level 6. Something that isn't available outside of that store or for units. And that way, the store by itself has an exclusivity factor that makes you getting that sigil monthly worth it more than whatever it offers now. Because the way, what's stupid is that the way it refreshes, your subscription and the store don't refresh at the same time necessarily. Because the store is on its own refresh cycle, which means if you get a sigil subscription the way I do, you can actually use the store perfectly for two refreshes within one purchase, and then you just don't need to get it for another month or two, and then you repurchase it to time it alongside when it's going to be refreshed. Does that make sense? Did I make it too confusing? Hopefully not. Like, I think right now as it stands, the store is worth maybe $5 a month at best. Because everything in that store is just a step up from everything that's already in the game. Whereas if the store was more exclusive, giving stuff that you can't find in the game, then I think a $10 or $15 subscription is really worth getting. But yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna get rocked by this Weapon X, but we shall see. Drop it, son. See what I mean? Atuma still has that damage potential, man. Still has that damage potential. Did they? Dazzler. They changed Dazzler's race with this new update. This is kind of so dumb, bro. Wait, why did I get stunned? Oh boy. Come here. I don't even know if I got it. Okay, I got it. Zemo saying Atuma is mid. What do you mean? Okay, Zemo, so I just uploaded a new video with the tier list. So, good God. Look at this new skin that I got for Beta Ray Bill. It's an exclusive skin for just OP players like myself. So anyway, Zemo, I was saying I uploaded a new video and I put Atuma in my B tier, which is essentially the third tier that I have. And what I was saying in that video is that Atuma is a really good A tier defender, and he has a lot of potential for attack. He's not the easiest to use, so you have to know how to use him. I don't think I know how to use him perfectly yet, but what I'm saying is if you in those niche situations where you need to use a Tuma on attack, he can still pull it off. So for that reason, he's not a bad champion, but he's also not an A tier champion. So yeah, that's what I was saying. He is still mid, yeah, for sure though. Yoksa, that was pretty fast. Alright, Zemo, did you say you got your thingy done? Are you doing arenas in the background as well, or are you just chilling right now? Come on, son. There you go. Whew. Alright. She's gonna be a pain in my ass. Come here. Alright, there you go. But you should check out my video, man. If you guys are watching this, go watch my new video. See what you guys think. And then come back to this live stream. Because I'm really interested if people agree or not. And if they have opinions about certain champions. Can I say something? I don't like this first appearance profile thingy. I'm sorry, it might be a hot take, but I just don't like it. The way that it glows in a weird way as compared to everyone else. It's, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You think it's a... Come on. Oh. Oh, come on. Alright. There we go. There we go. I know a lot of big people are streaming right now, so I might actually not get anyone to come over, which is sad, but I still wanted to stay consistent with my streaming times. So I figured even if there's no one there, I can just use the time to do arenas. And oh boy, I'm getting rocked here. Oh boy, I forgot about that one. Alright, there we go. Zola got here. Confirmed. Man, this fella has a rank 3 Thanos. Do you think they regret this? Alright, we're already halfway there. That's pretty fast, eh? Just with my rank 3s. I would say that's super fast. Alright, Enchantress with Vintra is going to be a pain. Good God. I didn't realize how much these toxic defenders make arenas seem like another challenge quest that I have to do. Like, come on, bro. Can we have them turned off, please? Alright. Bro, I feel like because the Banquet and Cyber Weekend are coming out, a lot of people are going to do arenas and a lot of people are going to be running recoil, which is going to make arenas a lot better. Oh boy. I do not like fighting Enchantress. Okay. Just go to bed. Just go to bed, Enchantress. Come on, we can get this. I'm almost out of my rank 3s. Here come my unduped rank 3s. Oh, that was not what I was looking for, but okay. Let's see what we got going on. Ooh, I thought she was gonna be stunned there. What? She failed my abilities. She failed the medium stun. Good God. Did not know she could do that. Oh yeah. It definitely knocked it out of the park with his animations. We're gonna have to mix it up a little bit. Alright. Oh, this is the same fella. Sure. Let's have Titania for that opening. I thought Punisher 29 was a... Come on, son. That's... I thought this fella was kind of promising. So I took him up to rank 2. Oh my god. Yeah, I took him up to rank 2 because I felt like he was gonna kind of be promising as an attacker. But surprisingly, no. His cycle runs out a little too fast for me. So once you get to 100 charges, he starts coming down, right? And when he does, you get this massive burst of damage. But unfortunately, that damage cycle runs out a little too fast for me to find him viable as an attacker. Why am I getting stunned? How is she... if you... Can you not parry her dazzling dashes? Is that what it is? See? What am I supposed to do? Oh. Some spell shenanigan? Nope. Don't care that much about it. Oh my god, can you just drop that special? lord. Hey. It is what it is. Alright. Let's get to it. Oh my. Wow. What? Come on, man. Come on, man. Alright. Let's move on. I got 100,000 battle chips. That's exciting, I think. I'm curious how many battle chips I'm gonna get out of 100k. Maybe I'll open it and find out. Alright. Man, there is a shading issue with this update for sure, because this is not how Patriot is supposed to look like. But okay. Oh, come on, come on. Already? Are you kidding me? Oh, of course he does this. Okay, gotta... Get out of here. Get out of here, you rotten son of a gun. Come on now. Boom. Nice. Nice. Okay. We're getting there. If you told me 2 years ago that I would be close to 200 million gold, I would not have believed you. But what do you know? I'm close to 200 freaking million gold. How the times have changed. Alrighty. Damn, the stream is really dead today. I think that's what happens when you choose to stream alongside 5 other big YouTubers. But hey, it's okay. It's all good. Oh my god. Spiral looks like the zombie spiral. Oh, come on. What the hell is that? Can we send her to the bin? Let's go. Oh, no. Come on. We don't need that. Hey, we got Bart in the chat saying, what's up? How's it going, Bart? Thank you for dropping by. It was getting kind of lonely in here, but I'm glad you stopped by, dude. How's it going? It's surprising that you did not show up for the earlier live stream today, but you showed up for this one, which technically is even later in the night for you. Oh man. Woo. And there we go. Bart Singh actually just woke up. What? Isn't this supposed to be like 3 or 4 a.m. for you? Why are you waking up in this hour, man? Were you sketching the whole night or something? Like the whole day and then just fell asleep? That's crazy. That is craziness, my friend. Oh man, I think I might have spoken too soon. I don't think I have enough 7 stars to get all of the milestones. Because I am barely closing in on 10 mil. That is sad. But I don't think I'm gonna use my 6 stars because I want to run the other arena as well with 6 stars, so we'll see. Okay, ta-ta. How does that fella have a 7 star? I didn't even know Scarlet Witch was available as a 7 star. Really crazy stuff, man. I still think Wiccan is super cool. I wish he wasn't such a noodle. Such a wet noodle. When it comes to taking some block damage. Alright, time to see if Black Cat is worth. Well, not enough time to find out. Unfortunate. Alright, Bart saying it was a long day. He had a bunch of checkups. Wanted to chill at like 8 p.m. and then I woke up 20 minutes ago. Oh, that's always how it goes, isn't it? You're like, I'm just gonna rest my eyes for a minute. What? It's the next day? That's crazy. And yet, I still close my eyes the next day. Knowing full well what the consequences could be. But yeah, man. I hope you're doing okay. And I'm pretty sure everything is gonna check out just fine. Alright, let's see. Let's see my parry heavy boy do his thing with Enchantress here. Of course I miss. Alrighty. Okay, come here, lady. What? This is nonsense. Are you joking right now? Why is she taking 0 damage? Come on, that was an intercept. You gotta be kidding me. Ah! What? Oh my god. I do not have the energy, dude. I do not have the energy to deal with an Enchantress. Man, Cyclops' sig ability really is a waste, huh? Like, what do you mean he's storing it in his adrenaline? What? Alright, Bart saying, yep. Been seriously long day, like damn. Besides been working a little on Hobgoblin. And then there was something for Cyclops. Red one, Muse or some. Ooh. You know what? I think you should do Muse first. If you're... So if people are watching on the playback, Bart here does a bunch of champion designs that he finds interesting. And I gotta say, some of that stuff is actually like we need that stuff in MCOC. So if you want to check it out, you can follow him on Twitter. I think his username is Bart616. And show my boy some love. But as of now, I am voting for Moose. Because he already got that sketch down, dude. That was a really good sketch. And I think his like design in game was pretty solid. I really would like to see an MCOC design of Muse, so would be cool. Alright, Bart saying he's gonna design Hobgoblin before Muse. Yeah, fair enough, man. I'm talking about between him and Cyclops, like between him and Cyclops, I think Muse deserves to go first. Because Red Cyclops, I don't know. I feel like Kabam have kind of limited themselves. And we already have a Cyclops. I don't think people care about the red one as much. Because other than damage, I don't think they can give him anything. Bart saying thanks, of course, man, of course. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Purgatory is so good, bear. So OP. Ooh, we got Mehul in the chat saying, what is up? Is the new update smooth for you on 60 FPS? I think so. Like, I haven't had any problems. So, for now, it is pretty good. Are you having troubles, Mehul? What device are you playing on? But I appreciate you coming by the stream, my friend. Alright, Bart saying, trust me, I came up with some really cool stuff with Red Cyclops. Something cool with spice. Ooh, okay. If it's unique enough, I definitely think a second Cyclops deserves to be here. Alright, ta-ta. Ta-ta. Alrighty. By the way, you guys, did you check out the... what's it called? Did you guys check out the deep dives on Lizard and Pavitra Prabhakar? What do you guys think? Oh my god, I am so screwed. Drop it. Oh man, I so want to dupe this guy so I can justify taking up to rank 3. I love Cull. Null. Ah, every time. Null, null. I love the King of Symbiotes. But yeah, let's go. America. Stop heavying, you dumb... Bro, I swear, some of these champions have a heavy built into their kit. I'm not even kidding. Like back in the day when Mysterio was an annoying defender, you guys, the amount of times he would randomly throw his freaking heavy attacks. Oh. Makes a man want to shoot the phone. Alright, Mehul saying, sometimes I see fights are not smooth. I have Redmi Note 4 Android, huh? I would say give it a little bit of time. Whenever there's a new update, there's always some problems with the frame rates. I know someone in my alliance said that a lot of people were automatically going back to 30 FPS. So we're checking out that you're actually on 60 F. And if you are, give it a time. Give it a little bit of time, man. Also, Mayhole, you should definitely try and get an iPhone for this game. Not because Android isn't good enough or anything like that, but it's just that their quality control is really good on iOS devices. I say that though, but like my iPad, I've been unable to play the game on my iPad for like I think 2 months now. Only because it just stutters like crazy. And it's an M1 chip too, so like it's not even one of those older iPads. It's like an M1 chip, so just 2 years old. Well, 3 technically, 3 years old. But nothing else stutters on that app, like on that iPad, except for this game. But yeah. Alright, Bart's saying, I wanted to do something with Cyclops, but in his own specific way. I wanted to play with Adrenaline because they screwed this one up. Yeah, Adrenaline is such a funky mechanic that I just usually don't prefer the way it works. Like, if it stayed consistent, then it would be okay, but Adrenaline kind of just goes almost as fast as your health in a lot of situations. But I guess it is still something to like have a chance to bounce back. But yeah, building that into the kit of champions, just I don't know. I don't like the way even Nico's Adrenaline works. I kind of try and play it without that whole mechanic. But anyway. You know who I think deserves a tiny tune-up? Storm X. I think she's such a cool looking champion. But outside of... like, I think the biggest problem with her is to get the max damage output out of her. You sort of need to do like a heavy thing. And that just doesn't appeal to me, bro. Oh my god. And that one special cost me 25% of my time. Oh my god, not again. Penny. Stop it, Penny. Not again, please. Oh my god, she did it again. See? Ah. Penny. One more. Oh, come on. There we go. Should be good enough. Uh-oh. What happened here? Immune to incinerate, I guess. Alright, Bart saying that's the deal. I made his adrenaline not decay over time. Ah, great minds think alike. Man, I feel like She-Hulk is broken. Where's the Furies, bro? One Fury? Are you kidding me? And it's not even paused. Like 50% of that Fury just went by while I waited for his special animation to be over. Sometimes Kabam does these things that I just can't freaking understand for the life of me. Oh man, it's not going to be enough 7 stars, is it? I don't know, maybe it is. Oh man, I do not like fighting Onslaught. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Danny Moonstar could have been such a good champion. She has so much potential, dude. But I think the problem with her is, one, she's buff reliant, and 2, she doesn't necessarily counter skill champions, and 3, one of her key mechanics is bypassed by champions like Serpent and Onslaught, where the miss thing just doesn't work. And yeah. Okay, I need to guys, I have such an urge to rank up Mysterio and try him out, because the skip SP3 button can be low-key OP for him. I'm not even joking. Oh, come on! Is he not immune to reverse control? I thought he was. Ah, annoying. Alright, we got Zemo back saying, I just checked the good spreadsheet for this month. Spider-Man India is on 8 on the prestige list. Ooh. Man, oh man. That definitely helps his case. So I finished Legacy's video, Zemo, and he's saying that he thinks Pavitra is too strong. He's too good, unfairly so. He has too much, he's too OP for a $25 champion. And I don't know. I mean, honestly, I want him to be a really good champion, because I don't think we're gonna get another champion like this. And like, if his kit turns out to be interesting enough, like, I would love nothing more than to play him, because I think he looks hella cool. His design and his animations are really fun. But I'm just not certain that his damage and the whole web thing is gonna work out too well. Did I just miss? Domino's the GOAT. Alright, Bart's saying that here's the thing with adrenaline. It's not even worth it unless Zeal. Oh yeah, the thing that stops Nico from decaying. Yeah, unless it has Zeal, so Cyclops in short is gonna be him. Okay. Alright, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what you come up with, man. I'm gonna keep an eye out on Twitter. Mehul saying Kabam scheme release new OP champions, mint money, and nerf him after 6 months. Well, they're not gonna be able to nerf him anymore. So if his burst damage turns out to be a lot, I think he's, just by the virtue of that, gonna be a really, really OP champion. Which I hope he is. I like him, like I said. I just don't know if I'm gonna like the gameplay style. Alright. But yeah, there's not going to be any nerfing. So if they are able to make a bunch of money off of him, I would say GG's. Well deserved. And do more Platinum Track Champions, not just once every 3 months, but once every month. And let other people who don't have $1,000 to spend, but may have $30 to $50 to spend, give them a chance, you know? Alright, Bart saying, to be fair, at this point, I just accept the fact that DL's champs are here to be OP. Yeah, I don't know what his deal is, honestly. I think, like, maybe he's one of the best designers or something, like a very senior designer. That's why he maybe gets to call the shots a little bit. Ah, Cap Marvel. I'm so glad I have her duped. Oh. You son of a gun. Did he just sidestep? Oh boy. Alright, Bart saying I have a personal theory that he kind of tries to prove himself to be better than Kabam Broccoli, the guy who made Hook. You think? Could be. I mean, look, as long as we get OP attackers and not just OP defenders, more power to... Oh, come on, come on. Oh, no way. Why did that whiff? That's so dumb. Why, Bart saying he made... Kabam Broccoli made Herc, Doom, Kitty, etc. I mean, all of those are OP champions for sure. Yeah, but like I said, man, like internal competition with them, with each other, it's a good thing because the game benefits from having really, really good champions. I just hope it's not only defenders, you know? We can't handle too many difficult defenders, man. Like, especially in a game like MCOC where so much of the game is repetitive. If we just have to do the same difficult fights non-stop, it's gonna de-incentivize players from picking up the game on a daily basis. That's all there is. Like I said, I like Serpent and Dark Phoenix. I just don't think Immortality and that final Nova Flame should be a thing in Battlegrounds. Just because that mode is meant to be played non-stop, it makes more sense for something like that to exist in every other aspect of the game, because then you can just use the fact that you have a really difficult defender to your advantage, and the players get to have a healthy challenge as opposed to this toxic threat that we have to fight every 10-15 minutes. That's all there is, but hey, it is what it is. I hope they take the anger that the community has in a positive way and do something about it. I'm excited for Nimgod to come into the contest. Wonder what he's gonna be like as a 7-star. Wish I could dupe this fella as well. I haven't ranked him up because I don't have him duped. Just don't like taking up champions that aren't duped. But he's a really, really cool champion, so... Wait, I need a sip of water. I've been talking non-stop for like 4+ hours, by the way. Because again, if you guys haven't seen, I do have a new video out that I recently did the VO for. It was literally between the last stream and this one. So I have been yapping non-stop. Okay, I'm close to 11 mil. I think I can pull it off. Let's hope. Alright, Bart saying, I'll say this, for Serpent I'd get rid of 50% ability power rate for non-mistakes. That's kind of BS. No dex counter on true focus, and I'd get rid of power gain from death immunity, leaving his regen for him. I think that would significantly nerf him into a nothing champion, Bart. Like, his whole no dex thing is what makes him a nuisance. Because if you just forget about everything else you said, if you just remove the fact that you can dex his specials, Serpent immediately becomes a mid defender. Because his biggest issue right now with people is that you take too much block damage with true focus. But if you can just dex the special, well, then it doesn't mean anything. Because you can just dex his specials, and it doesn't matter how many specials he throws. Because again, he's not immune to nullify. So his power gain can be nullified by like any mystic. It's the ability to tank his specials into block and not lose a significant amount of health that makes him a threat. So I would say, again, I'm trying to meet Kabam halfway. We can't have all mid defenders and mid attackers, or this game just becomes really boring. Because, again, like I said in my video, overcoming issues like threats like Serpent and Dark Phoenix as a community over the next few months is going to be one of the things we remember in this game. Like, remember how Serpent used to be a threat? Sort of like that. But it's just the health of the game needs to still be preserved. And this is like even from a corporate perspective, that like if the game isn't in a healthy place, then it doesn't matter what you do with regards to, I will just do this. It doesn't matter what you do with regards to making champions and counters. If people dislike playing, it's over. That's it. Okay. Alrighty. So sorry about that. I hope it wasn't too loud. Bart saying, that's fair actually. I didn't think that through. For the dex thing, yeah. And even with Dark Phoenix, I think she's a very good defender. But the last Nova Flame that she has is just nonsense, bro. It's pure nonsense. Oh, man. And that's the thing I hate about Dark Phoenix, because Nova Flame already is such a toxic DOT that 99% of the game isn't even immune to. So that being unavoidable, no one likes that. Like, how many times are you going to be okay with taking 10 to 20% of your health as damage, you know? Ah! Man, Shang-Chi is such a strong attacker. I wish I didn't hate his whole build-up, which I do, unfortunately. Alright, Bart saying, at least if there's a way for you to get rid of it, like punishing heavy interceptor some, but not multi-combos of poison or else die. Not even multi-combos, Bart. That's the thing. I think the Nova Flame, after her special, it's great that you can counter it with multi-hit combos and poison. That's two perfectly decent counters. The issue is that the last one, that one can't even be countered by multi-hit combos. You just cannot avoid that. You just take that damage. There's nothing you can do. That's my problem. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this because I don't know if an idol is a dimensional being and I don't want to deal with Blade's whole danger sense thing. And also, here's the thing. Not a lot of champions inflict poison, and the ones that do, Kabam knows actively are mid champions. Like Diablo and Immortal Abomination are both mid-tier champions. They're not everyone's favorite because they don't have the speed and damage capacity to be relative in battlegrounds or have the utility to be relevant in war. So to have such a niche counter that 90% of the opposite class can't even do anything about. Like, the reason Nico to me feels a little bit balanced is because more than 50% of the science class is poison immune. Almost. You know, more or less. Like, all of the Hulks are poison immune. Anti-Venom is poison immune. Spider-Woman is poison immune. Like, just so many champions are poison immune, so her kit can be turned off by most science champions. However, I can't say the same about Dark Phoenix. No one is immune to Nova Flames except for Dark Phoenix herself, and not even Human Torch, I think, is immune to Nova Flames, which is kind of crazy. Oh, that was an accident. Alright, we've been live for an hour. That is craziness. We barely had like 4 people drop into the stream. Are others still streaming? Alright, Zemo's back saying Iceman is also Nova Flame immune, but he's so forgetful. Yeah, man, Iceman... Again, Iceman is another one of those champions that doesn't have the speed in a competitive game mode like BG's. So it kind of makes it irrelevant. And with Alliance War, there's so many nodes that add the difficulty that isn't otherwise there on Dark Phoenix, that even Iceman isn't the ideal matchup most times. Also, I've seen some people do insane things with Mantis. I just never bothered to learn what she does because yeah, like, who cares, bruh? Is Nick Fury immune to sleep in his second life? Or is it just stun? Alright, Bart saying, those are some wise words. I mean, to be fair, I'd say that at this point, if there's lots of OP champs, then our only way to introduce more OP champs. Yeah, that's the thing. And it's not just about OP champs being OP, but the problem I find is that these OP champions are 1v1 counters to each other. That I think is bad for the game. Because you shouldn't limit the game to just recent champions and their relevance. It's just a bad move. As a company who cares about a game lasting for 10 years, like, we didn't have any of these mechanics in the first 10 years of the game. Most of them are new. But why do you think the game still sort of survived and thrived? It wasn't the cool mechanics that were selling the games. And I think, yeah, when a company has people change, like employees and devs and stuff, obviously the vision behind the game changes. And I just don't think the vision behind this game right now is taking the big picture in mind. They're thinking about their short-term sales goals and stuff like that, which I understand is very important and you should, but there has to be someone who is overseeing the grand big picture. And we just don't know if there's someone like that. We know who the devs are who are making the game. We know who the community managers are who are talking to us. But outside of that, we don't know. Like, you guys remember Gabriel Frieza? I think his username was, alias was online, who was like the art director of the game, and he used to talk about the vision a lot. And I always thought that he's like one of the guys in charge of the game. But since then, I don't know if Kabam has talked enough about... This is why I hate Adam Arlock. He never seemed to get his thingy right. But when you do get it right. Alright. Zemo saying Nick Fury is not immune to sleep at all. So the sleep thing kind of still works, right? Let me see. Let me try and play Spot the way he's supposed to be played. Why is the heavy thing not... What is happening? I thought he was supposed to go like unblockable or something. I have no idea what happened there. This is why Spot is B tier for me. Because I can't figure it out. Man, you know what? This guy's buff is actually very, very solid. But the one thing that keeps him from being a decent, respectable champion is that all of his abilities depend on you intercepting the opponent. But you can't dex intercept like you do with Hercules or Lizard, who's coming next. I think if they fix that for him, Black Panther could be a really good champion. Just give him the same kind of dex everyone else has, bro. Like, why you crapping on my boy like this for no reason at all? Did he just go unstoppable? What? Bart saying, I'm not gonna lie, that OP champ thing is even kind of good for me because I can make more champs. Dude, you should learn game design and actually make video games. Oh, come on. Oh no! No. Okay, worked out for me. Worked out after all. Man, someone needs to convince me to rank up Spider-Punk. I genuinely think he's such a cool champion. Just the design. God, look at that. Come on. That is insane. That's fucking art, bro. Bart saying I convinced you to rank him up. Nah, not like that, bro. You gotta show me some, like, high tier gameplay or something. You have to show me why. You need to tell me why. Alright, Elijah Brown saying, first of all, Elijah, welcome, dude. Have you been watching from the shadows? Elijah Brown saying, I think the Surf and Nerf ship has sailed. Oh man, it has certainly sailed. But yeah, we're just chatting. We're just talking about what would have been nice. We can dream, you know. We can dream. Alright, Bart saying ain't nothing but a... Oh yeah. He's singing along. My god. That song honestly deserves to give... Whoever wrote the scene in Brooklyn Nine-Nine deserves commissions from every... Oh my god. Can you not do this? Drop your special. Drop it. Dude, if I lose this fight, I'm gonna have to do the whole... I'm gonna have to do 3 fights. Just for the last 100 points. Which I don't want to do. Come on, crit. Yes! Rocket the GOAT. Elijah saying, just got done watching the tier video. Still grinding arena. Oh, you watched that tier video. Thank you, my guy. Okay, I'm not gonna force you to let me know what you... think or something, but if you would still like to tell me what you thought about the video, that would be hella cool. I'm actually curious if people who watch it are gonna try and download the resource and make their own tier list, which is what that's the intention behind that video, is to have like some community involvement. Like I don't think just me saying having a tier list is that fun, but yeah. Alright, Elijah Brown saying, can't argue with the good Tao, had some interesting champs in B tier. Oh, God tier? Yeah. Yeah, I think God tier is like the most generic, everyone has to agree sort of a situation. Hey, we got it done, and we have 7 stars to even like use in the other arena, so that's good. This is how all arenas should be. 1 round and that's it. 1 round of your top tier champs and you're good. There we go. Yeah, B tier is the most interesting one because it's always depending on what champions the players are playing. It's always interchangeable. Ooh, we got Angel K7S5 Iron. I'm just gonna say K Angel in the chat saying, how's the grind going? It's going okay, man. We finished the featured arena. Now we're back to the 4-star arena because our champs seem to be back in business. So yeah, man, we're just trying to get as many units as we can. We had 200 units from the gold track today, which was really nice. I genuinely want to buy the platinum track, but I don't have no monies. So I'm gonna try, maybe try and pick it up by the end of it, because I really want the new Spidey and I really want to test him out. But tis what it is. You know, there's people who technically should have Spidey now. Isn't that what Karate Mike was saying? Like November 5th, when he gets added to the game? Is the trade-in option available somewhere? Oh man, this Stealthy is gonna steal the show, low-key. He's gonna be so good. Alright, Angel saying I hate doing the 4-star arena. Me too, my guy, but like, it's where the units are at, man. They got the units, we gotta get the units. The 4-star arena takes too long, man. I calculated yesterday on if I rank up all of my 4-star champions, all of them, to rank 5, I still wouldn't be able to get all the milestones in one round. How insane is that? So you kind of still have to use your 3 stars if you want to get all the milestones in one round. And that's just like, bro, who's got time for like 4-hour arena grinds? So unfortunately you have to do this like all 3 days to make sure you get the milestones, or do it multiple times a day to get all the milestones. Bart saying, yep, Stealthy's gonna cook some stuff. Oh my god, Stealthy, when he's out and everyone gets him in December, is just, what happened here? He's just gonna steal the limelight from any other champion, dude. There's gonna be so much Stealthy gameplay, I swear. Alright, Angel saying, I have been grinding units since the 4th of July, but only doing the 2 6-star arenas, and you can get pretty good amount. I bet, but I started this week, my friend, so I'm not going to be able to get to where you are, because my lazy ass never does arenas. But since now that I'm streaming regularly, I'm gonna do arenas, and I'm gonna try my best to get as far as I can with the unit grind, because I want to participate in the upcoming sales offers, and again, my broke ass ain't got money, so it has to be via these. Alright, Elijah saying Stealthy is the chase champ, Pavitra is the platinum track. Yeah, but I feel like Pavitra is also going to be coming out in December, technically, for most people. So Stealthy is just gonna steal the limelight, bro. Like, everyone's gonna just be making insane Stealthy videos, I feel like. It's just too good. Also, Stealthy is good for like significantly more champions than Pavitra is, which is like, Pavitra is good for those cosmic matchups, sure, but you're not gonna want to have him be your go-to champ for everything, where Stealthy is gonna be one of those champions, you know. He's gonna be someone you're going to want to be picking every time you can, because he got the damage, he got the utilities. I think even on defense, he's gonna be quite annoying with his evade. Alright, Elijah saying, I started grinding after the last sale. I'm at 15k plus 1.7 mil battle chips. Wait, last sale? You mean, what was the last sale? Are you talking about like the last in-game sale, like Silver Samurai or something? Or since last year? Because that would be ridiculous. And 1.7 million battle chips, wow. What do you think that averages out to in terms of units? Alright, Bart saying, at least you have access to your cash. My stupid ass had to forget my pass to my bank account 3 times. Bro. Access to what cash? I would, if it wasn't sensitive information, I would show you how much money I have in my account, which is... Let's not go. We're trying to stay upbeat. Let's not go down that road. Angel say, alright, Zemo saying people have been making vids on Stealthy. He is nuts. He is already nuts, isn't he? Even as a 6-star rank 5 Ascended champion, he is out damaging most 7 stars. And as a 7-star rank 4, my god. Kabam is going to regret giving us so many OP attackers. Like, at this point, just give us CGR. Like, why not just drop Cosmic Ghost Rider in this bunch? You know what I mean? Alright, Angel saying stealthy hits hard. It's a must-have. It is a must-have, I think. Plus, he has great utility. Like, his power control and his evade, miss, and unstoppable countering. Like, everything about him is fucking amazing. And I feel like skill is arguably one of the weaker classes. So he is going to be a very solid addition. And until we can also get Kingpin, he's going to kind of rule the skill class, I feel like. Right next to Okoye. Right next to Okoye. Bro, they've been race swapping a lot of champions with this update. Look at this beta rebuild. Ah! Stop it. Stop it. Bart saying broke duo, here we are. Hey man. We do what we gotta do, you know? Alright, Zemo's saying, have a buddy of mine who wailed to get him early, has him at rank 461. Dude, a lot of people do. I came across so many accounts in the Gladiator circuit who have rank 4 stealthy. Karate Mike also has rank 4 stealthy. So like, that's crazy. Cause Enzo has a rank 4 stealthy because there was this $50 key offer thingy, right? Or something like that, where you could, if you bought those keys, you get the minion crystals alongside, and 50 minion crystals, and you're guaranteed that stealthy. So a lot of people got them. All right, Elijah saying I've been grinding for about a month and a half, I think. Ooh, what did you start with? That's what I'm curious about. A month and a half is what I'm going to end up having done by the time the banquet comes. So I'm curious to know how many units I can expect. About 200 units. Ooh! Wait, you went from 200 units to 15k in just 45 days? That would be insanely fun if I can achieve that. Because I don't think I miss out on any units in the game outside of Arena. And if I keep this up with the Arena, I think I'm gonna have enough units. Let's see. We'll find out. Alright, Bard saying 7-star CGR for the Glorious Guardians 2.0. The Glorious Guardians were more of a buff, right? Or was it just... Because I think CGR is not gonna get any kind of tune-up. What he could get, though, is first appearance sale. Elijah saying you should get about 2.5k a week. Damn, bruh. That's some wild numbers. But I love to hear it. Love to hear it. Alright, here we go. Bart saying, I mean, we've got Nimrod. Nimrod is a curious champion. I'm wondering how he's gonna fare as a 7-star, because he does have the damage, but I don't think he can still take Onslaught. He can take Jean Grey, I think. Sinister he can take. What are other... Like, he can still crush a lot of mutants with that SP2. But his main thing back in the day was how he punishes prowess. And prowess is no longer as relevant in the game. So, can he do his thing without bringing a key part of his kit into question, is what we need to see. Alright, Bart saying it depends on your luck from the arena crystals, to be honest, but to get your bang for your buck is Zemo. But Elijah's saying he's sitting on 1.7 million battle chips, which means he hasn't even opened the battle chips that he got from arenas. Okay, I'm just gonna YOLO this. Who cares? Come on. There we go. So like 15k is still considerably high in 45 days. Alright, Bart saying theoretically speaking, there's nothing we could get. There's nothing that could make us get CGR. Theoretically, yeah, Kabam has no incentive to drop CGR. But I'm okay with it. Like, I've played way too much CGR. And nuking champions in one SP2 rotation might not really be something I'm looking forward to. But I can't say it isn't fun. Oh, there was a glitch there. Game lagged out a bit. I thought... I did not expect that, but okay. Guten bye. Alright, Elijah Brown saying I never bought mine past rank 4. Really? So you never got to experience the CGR madness? That's crazy, bro. I don't think I actually played CGR at rank 5 that much. I played him a lot as an ascended rank 4, but once I moved to 6-star rank 3s, I think CGR kind of died down a little bit for me. And then it was just more fun playing other champs. Because you kind of get bored of the whole parry heavy. Oh, no. How do you play Mr. Fantastic, guys? Where is his damage? Is it SP2? I still don't know how to evade Onslaught's SP2. I would like to see a guide on that and learn how to do it, because the reverse control, I just end up blocking it and trying to not push him to an SP2 if I can help it. Alright, Bart saying I have mine at rank 5 ascended. I love nuking stuff. Yes, I'm a sadistic madman to nuke champions with an SP2. I mean, like I said, man, it's not that it's not fun nuking champions with that SP2. But eventually you kind of grow out of it. Not to say I wouldn't use him as a 7-star if I got him, but like, you know. Elijah Brown saying I was in Act 9 by the time I got him. Not a whole lot of use from there. Yeah, a lot of these champions are like this, you know. Like 6 months from now, I think Call Obsidian is not going to be as interesting of a champion. I really think that he won't. Especially, like, he's one of those champions that you need to have at a highest rank to make sure that you're getting the most out of him. And like, if there's better cosmics that come out in the meantime, like Carolina to me is a better, more fun champion than Call. So like, if there's a couple of more Carolinas and people start ranking those new champions instead, Call is gonna fade away a little bit. But until then, his damage is kind of ridiculous, so yeah. Also, I find that Call Obsidian, if you can't get the if you can't get your opponent down in one call rotation, it's kind of annoyingly, like, I don't know how to say it without sounding like I don't like call. I do. But I'm just saying, like, if in one rotation, like the heavies to get the armor breaks, to then drop an SP2 and to basically KO them. If something goes wrong and you miss that route and the Fury window, waiting for the route to come back without the Thanos favor, it's, yeah, like long form stuff, I don't think you can do with Call Obsidian. You need to be in his damage limit for you to be able to use him. Which is why I don't know. I don't know if I would want to rank for Call. As long as I can dupe my Carolina, I think she's the one that I want to rank for next as my second rank for Cosmic. Bart saying Call is basically CGR 2025. No, CGR is a lot stronger than Call. Plus CGR has those immunities. He has the vigilance. He has unblockable SP1. Like, no. CGR can do a lot more than Call. He's way too strong. Like, everything that you think is a limitation with Call, CGR basically doesn't have that. Come on, son. Guardian, I love you. I absolutely love Guardian. Such a goated champion. Look at that. Perfect block. And that's all she wrote. Like, if I didn't get hit there, that's a 99% health finish. He can do this with a 7-star. He can do this with a 6-star. Sky's the limit with my boy Guardian. Come on, man. Thank you. I remember back in the day when this SP1 was the hardest thing to evade. So when I started playing the game, and I went in and out of the game a couple of times, right, before I discovered that, oh, there's something called MCOC YouTube or like alliances. So when I was in my first ever alliance, actual alliance that we were doing AQ and AW in, and I was like, guys, this Thanos is like so annoying, because I'm like, when he throws his SP1, I take so much damage. And that's when they were like, just dex it, bro. And I was like, what is that? And that's when I discovered what dexterity mastery was. And then they were like, oh, you need to dex, you need to check out YouTube videos. And then I found the whole MCOC YouTube community, and that changed everything for me. And since then, I've basically been playing this game on and off. It is the most toxic relationship in my life. Alright, Bart saying facts. Actually, call this the definition of this. We have this at home meme with CGR. Yeah. I mean, Call has his uses. His true accuracy is kind of fun. So, yeah. Bart, that would be very cool, by the way. You moving to Canada? How cold is Poland, though? You gotta be able to take the cold, my friend. Because a lot of people I know love the country but hate the weather. I'm not one of those people. I actually like the cold. But yeah, it could be a big deciding factor. Alright, I don't know if you guys answered or were active in the last stream, but I was asking people. We do have 5 people watching the stream. What do you guys think about Mephisto as a 7-star? Do you think he needs to have a tune-up, or would you like him as a 7-star? Because his SP1 lock is basically buff immunity. You know what I mean? So he would be a very strong champion. So I'm definitely guessing, like, with this update, the animations for the end of the fight are cut short. They definitely changed that. Bart saying Mephisto, I think he could use a small tuna for not being nuked by Human Torch all the time. No, I think Human Torch should still have that nuking capacity against Mystics, because that's basically... I mean, it is what it is. I don't want Kabam to touch that. He's already Incinerate immune though. So outside of Nova Flames, there's not much. And if you get a bunch of Nova Flame counters, that's a slippery slope. Human Torch will quickly go out of relevance if Nova Flame gets messed with too much. And I don't want that. I think what would be a good change for him is... yeah, like his soul barb thingy. Not soul barb, like whatever his thing is on this SP1 that stops. It's basically a buff immunity, but rebranded. I would like that. And I would like him to have the ability to nullify buffs when he's in his SP2 Incinerate aura. And a little bit of more damage. I think that would be everything he needs. Alright, bingo bango bongo. Elijah Brown saying I'm cool with that. Yeah, you like the little bit of tune-up idea that I have. Because Mephisto's a cool champion, man. Him, Dormammu, like minor tune-ups, and these champions are good. Like, we need to see some of the old champions make their way into the game sooner than they are. Like, what do you mean we're still like doing batch launches? Like, maybe ease down on the new champions and make sure all of the champions are available as 7-stars first, so we can get the ball rolling and go into rank 5s. The more you have, the more champions are restricted to 6-stars, the more pressure it is for Kabam to make the new releases hit. And I feel like they're kind of losing the ball a little too much because of that. Because the new releases aren't hitting the way they're supposed to. And also, like, we don't have all of the good 6-star champions at our disposal to counter some of these annoying champions, you know? So it's kind of a shooting themselves in the foot by keeping this gate locked situation. Elijah Brown saying, I'm cool with getting Human Torch taken down a notch. I don't have him, so fuck him. I mean, I don't have him either, so honestly, I'd be okay with that too. Human Torch is like capitalism. We know he's not really good, being this OP, but on the off chance that one day we might get him, we tend to want him to stay at the top. Which is essentially what capitalism is. It's like no one actually likes it. What we like is that maybe one day we'll get to use it to our advantage. Oh, come on. One of my old videos was about Taskmaster, by the way. It's just like 4 years, 5 years ago, when I was doing YouTube on my tiny i3 Windows computer. One of the champion guides / reviews I made was Taskmaster. So it's always going to be a special place for him in my heart. And I sincerely hope he gets one of the best buffs in the game, bro. Come on. Taskmaster is such a cool champion. Like, MCU already kind of effed him over. At least Kabam and MCOC needs to do my man a little bit of justice. I forgot this was his first life. It's gonna push him to SP3. Alright, Elijah Brown saying, I have no clue how to use Taskmaster. DLL said if they bring him to 7-star, he'll get tuned. Yeah, I think he'll definitely get retuned, because actually Taskmaster in the current state of the game is a little OP, believe it or not. He lacks damage, but his utility basically is 100% ability accuracy shutdown. You can bet your right butt cheek that Kabam do not want ability accuracy to be such a big thing in the game. So he'll definitely get a full rework, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with experiencing Taskmaster as a new champion. If you want to see how to use him, Elijah, there's a very young me doing a Taskmaster review and showing you how to play him. Basically what you do is anytime the opponent uses an attack, what you can do is you can heavy them, and then if you use the same attack on them, you put a concussion on them. And you can do this to their lights, their mediums, and their SP1, SP2. So by the time you've done all 4, you have 25% times 4, so 100% ability accuracy reduction, and all of your attacks are doing a burst damage in addition to the physical damage. Plus, you also gain some physical resistance, if I'm not wrong. And what else? Yeah, his immunity to DOT is kind of OP. Like, it's kind of like Apocalypse. So you know how Apocalypse, once he suffers from damage over time effect, like a shock or incinerate, he within a few ticks he becomes immune to them. Taskmaster has the same ability, but it applies to all debuffs. So like what's it called? Stun, or like armor break, or even Call Obsidian, sorry, not Call Obsidian, Null's symbiote debuffs. If he gets like 10 debuffs or something, he goes completely debuff immune. Imagine how broken that ability would be as a 7-star. So yeah, he definitely wouldn't come back as he is. But yeah. Hopefully a rework would also mean that we get fresh usable abilities and some actual damage. Because my boy Taskmaster could not crit or deal a respectable amount of damage to save his life. Alright, Bart saying Taskmaster is one of the most badass characters in Marvel. He deserves an S tier buff. Yeah. Like, I don't think he's should be that OP. Like, he's still human. But something on the levels of Yelena, you know? But instead of making him... So, like, Yelena has a lot of... Like, she's like a 5 out of 5 defender. But as an attacker, she's a 3.5 to 4 out of 5, right? So I want Taskmaster to be a 5 out of 5 attacker and a 3.5 to 4 defender. And he can balance his damage close to Yelena's with some like neat tricks up his sleeve. That would be freaking awesome. Oh man. It's crazy, but my cheekbones hurt. The non-stop yapping. But come on, we got this. We can do another 10 minutes. Try and get to 1.5 mil, and maybe then we can call it a day. It's kind of been... How many... Has the meta changed for Battlegrounds? Because... If it is, maybe I should do a Battleground stream tomorrow. I can always do Arena in the background. Again, considering there's not a lot of people today here. Does anyone in the chat know when the meta is changing? I just don't want to get out of arenas to check. Bart saying, I know that the cheekbone was an excuse to do the Giga Chat moment, but... What do you mean? What Giga Chat moment? Elijah Brown saying Wednesday. No, Bart, it was no Giga Chat moment. I'm genuinely feeling like pain in my cheekbones because like I said, I did a 2-hour stream and then I had to do a VO for my video and then I started up this stream again. So basically I've been running my mouth for like close to 4 hours now. And not that I shouldn't be complaining, like no one asked me to do this. Like I can shut up if I want, but you know what I mean. Bart saying I know because I'm doing it myself. Wait, wait. I think I just got what you said. The Giga Chad meme. The guy with the huge chin. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm doing, bruh. Come on. She's immune to shock, isn't she? Dude, I am so silly. I went into war today with Infamous Iron Man against Dust. At like 50%, I just gave up. I was over 100 hits or something. And I was just like, yeah, F this. I don't care. Speaking of broken champions, Archangel. Do you think we'll ever see Archangel as a 7-star in his current capacity? Oh, Michael, Nebula needs a buff, guys. I don't think you guys were here when I was talking about Nebs. And Zemo said that she already got buffed. And I was like, bro, look at the buff she got. Like, what do you mean I have to do this for the first 20... This is like... So now I had to do this. And then now I can't parry because otherwise the thing is gonna get transferred. Which I don't want to do until I have my SP2. And then I drop the SP2. Like, the first 20 to 30 seconds of the fight is just me holding block. And if the opponent keeps heavying, like, you can barely get a single... You can barely get, like, a single shock charge. So just change... What? That is insane. Oh man, my whole precision is gone. Dust, you stupid ass B-word. Well, we still got through it. Alright. What's Bart saying? I think with the ability accuracy reduction by 40% per Neurotalk might be problematic. Elijah Brown saying if they increase the rate she gains, shocks. No, maybe they should just change the way she gets those shock charges. Like, if you do well-timed box, you get 5 shock charges. And when you hit the opponent, you have like a 25% chance to get a shock charge. Like, simple. Keep it simple, you know? It doesn't have to be this deep holding block and charging it up slow. Like, what is she even charging? You know what I mean? It's so dumb. I hate it. I hate it. Bart, I don't think the neurotox... Here's the thing, okay? Kabam keeps saying shit like, oh, this champion is too broken for as a 7-star. Like, why are we pretending like MCOC didn't exist before 7 stars? Like, Archangel existed before 7 stars came into the game, and people used him, and sure, he was broken, but there were enough ways to disable him. If you have one of the 2 immunities to bleed and shock, Archangel can't do squat. And you're telling me there's not enough bleed and shock bleed and poison immune champions in the game to justify having Archangel in the game? Like, this is some, like, this is so stupid. Like, I understand how Magic was not even released as a 6-star because she was so strong with her power control, but she can't crit for shit. Like, even if Magic came out as is as a 7-star, I can swear to you guys, like, no one will use her in Battlegrounds because she's gonna constantly time out. She just doesn't have the damage. Like, every now and then she would crit and it would be like nice juicy numbers, but more often than not, her damage is so poo-poo that it took 3 to 3.5 minutes to do a boss fight with her back when she was at her peak. So, like, this whole... Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, how did that even happen? Oh, I'm sorry. Alright. But I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Because I personally think, like, I'm not saying Magic shouldn't get retuned. I'm actually happy that she is. It's like we're getting a fresh champion, so that's fun. But I'm saying with, like, champs like Archangel and like CGR, like, are you telling me CGR wasn't a broken champion when he came out? I mean, if you give certain defenders like crit resistance or something, like, CGR is gonna fall flat. Like, CGR can't take, I don't think, Gentle, because you can't have consecutive crits against Gentle. So, like, there's definitely ways to balance out certain champions and how you want them to be countered. Elijah Brown saying, the problem is how does Kabam design content with her in the game? Look how they had to add a note to every boss just for Hercules. Yeah, with Magic I agree. But I'm saying that you're assuming that the only threat is power gain. Outside of power gain, does Magic have anything? Can she counter Thorn's damage? Can she... Like, other than, like, Serpent and Dark Phoenix, who are their prime cream of the crop defenders, like, can she take Photon? No. Can she take Spider-Woman? No. Can she counter Evade? No. Like, there's so many DOT damage effects now that she can't take. What I'm saying is, it kind of seems silly to claim that she's broken when the game existed as it did with her in it. You know what I mean? The only champion I do think was broken to the level that she was is Scarlet Witch. Mostly because everything she did was random. And her regen and random crit damage rating was also like not ever thought of. Like it wasn't balanced in any capacity. You could, with a 4-star, you could crit for 100k, which is just absurd. Like even 7 stars have some limit to their crit damage rating. But yeah. Alright, Elijah Brown saying with Limbo, yes. Good point, actually. I don't know, I'm just saying I think it's kind of a lazy excuse to gate lock champions. And again, I like that Magic is getting reworked, and I do agree that she's a very strong champion. But what I mean to say is not all champions, the way they're justifying gate locking some of these champions, like I don't think all of them deserve that. Most of it is just them keeping the good champions gate locked so that their new champions can thrive as 7 stars. That's all there is. Because if damage was an issue, then a load of champions that have come out with insane damage would not have existed. Like, look at Count Nefaria, for example. He is, in many ways, an broken champion. Like, the sheer amount of resistances and the sheer number of immunities, plus his ability to control regen and power. And he has that evade thingy to counter so many nodes. Like, that's a broken champion, by a definition. And if tomorrow Kabam comes out with 8 stars, Count Nefaria is going to be one of those champions that they're going to claim like, oh, he's too broken to be released as an 8 star, so we're not going to do that. Like, no. You design champs and then you build counters and ways to make sure that certain defenders stay relevant despite their existence. You know what I mean? Oh, I messed this up. Big time. Oops. Alright, we got King of James. A King of James. Ah, I did it again. I'm so sorry. King of Games, YouTube. What is up, my guy? Welcome back. Talk about bad luck, dude. Not only did you make me misspell your name, but I also lost this fight. Guys, I think we call it here, honestly. I don't think I can yap for much longer. I did misspeak your name again. God, King of Games. I like stopping here because my units are in an even number. But yeah, let's do more arena tomorrow. So BG meta is gonna change. Has it already changed actually? No, it hasn't. Yeah. So Wednesday is when it's changing. So we have a couple of days to do arenas. I might try and do the 4-star one in the background a little bit, but yeah, I'll save the final 6-star arena for the stream. We can smash that out together. Do I have any? Oh my god, I'm trying to go to the crystal tab. I really don't have anything to open, you guys. Want me to open premium hero crystals? Yeah, I honestly don't have anything. Alright, so we'll call it an end here. We did 2 hours, which is pretty good. King of Games saying, I'm good though, playing and finishing 9.1 and the final quest of 9.2. Alright, man. Good luck. Good luck. Honestly, Act 9 is pretty easy, pretty fun content. So, we're gonna have a good time with that. I appreciate everyone who stopped by the stream. I hope to see you guys tomorrow again. We'll chill some more, talk some more. And, oh! A 5-star? Come on. That's a highlight. That's the stream highlight right there. Okay, this is a Grandmaster Crystal. The best you can get is a 5-star. So, that's cool. Alright. We'll end it here. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Please watch my new video on the tier list. And yeah, I've got resources for you to make tier lists of your own. Do so. Tag me on Twitter. Share it with the community. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.